Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, you know there's 352 days until Christmas 2022. Oh, I'm excited to be here today and let you all know I had a very constructive meeting yesterday to talk about the 2022 Christmas season, what we're going to do as far as virtual visits and all of that. I very much look forward to sharing more of that with you as we get closer and we get contracts signed and all of that kind of thing. And in the chat, X-Wing up in Portland today. That's my brother's neck of the woods. My brother lives in Portland. He loves it up there. Hope that your trip is fruitful. Whatever you're doing up in Portland, I hope it goes well. Good to see other left coasters out here. We've got our friend Sheev the Wise in here, and of course, good to see other folks. Mike Porter and Nicholas, otherwise known in our community. A good friend of ours, been around for a long time. We have XR Coon. Great to see you here as well. It's been a long time, my friend. Glad to see you. Man on the Moon, Jedi Mike. Old Jason Ward's here, makingstarwars.net. Good to see you. And, you know, most importantly, what the reason you all are here is to see my friend Meg. Meg, good to see you. I love the hat.
Howdy, Santa. Thank you. I'm the marshal of this town. Just had to deal with a crate dragon, reared in some banthas. Just had some panther milk with a shot of vod. Down the
Fantastic. Yeah, get some calf. Isn't that what it is? And some calf in you this morning, afternoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very good. Look, we've got our... we're going to talk about the Book of Boba Fett. And first of all, I think this is the first time we've been able to live stream since the new year. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too, Santa.
I've missed spending Fridays with you. And
Me too.
I'm very excited to be here. And just for folks joining in the chat, we have a lot of work going on here at the house today. I've got two sets of contractors here. There's a lot of hammering. Things are getting torn out. We're getting new things put in. So you guys, we may get cut a little bit short depending on what they're doing. I told them that I've got this call at noon Eastern time. So they're going to try to be accommodating, but the work needs to get done.
I joined the stream. Santa had sent me the link beforehand. I joined the stream. Santa wasn't there, but I just hear this wailing like, "Rah!" It's like an elephant. And I was like, whoa, what zoo did I join? But it's lovely to be here.
Yes, it's great. I am so happy to get to talk to you today. And look, so we do want to talk about the Book of Boba Fett. Look here, I actually went in today and I have I got to be careful. Well, here we go. Book of Boba Fett review and predictions.
At least you spelled Boba right.
Right? Mark was working on our on the thumbnail, and he did not have it spelled that way.
He did not.
It was a lot of fun, though. It was
Boba, the Book of Boba Fett. But I think if you put that in the thumbnail, YouTube would flag it as. I think it was Eckhart's Ladder who once said that his video got demonetized because the arrow was pointing towards the stormtrooper's crotch.
Oh, yeah. You kind of got to watch. Oh, look, Giovanni. Oh, I got to visit with Giovanni as Santa for Christmas. It was great to see him. Vanessa and her two sons, grown, strong, strapping fellows, fantastic guys. Had a great time visiting with them. So Giovanni, good. Hope that you're having a lot of fun at Disney World. Doing a half marathon tomorrow morning. Oh boy. Hopefully the weather is good for you down there, and you have a great time. Thank you so much.
See, when Santa said Giovanni, I was like, what? Her name's Vanessa. And then I realized she referenced her son who's called Giovanni in the message. I thought Santa was having a senior moment. You're far too young for that.
I don't know about that, but Giovanni, Vanessa's kids are absolutely fantastic young men. They're fully grown, and trust me, they're grown. They're big boys. Did a great job of raising two fantastic young men. So thank you, Vanessa. Good to see you. Look, so we haven't been able to talk since the Book of Boba Fett started, and I know that we are both enjoying it quite a bit. And I haven't given it quite the same ratings that you have, but we're both very fond of it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I loved them, both episodes. And, the first episode in particular, I went as far as saying it was my favorite Star Wars anything, pretty much since Revenge of the Sith in 2005. I like The Mandalorian, but this is next level, in my opinion.
It is really good. And I do want to bring this up. We are just 11 subscribers short of 2K. Just 11. We can get 11 more, right? You guys can do it. Please share this out. Let folks know we're getting close to that 2K. And we'll be able to maybe get some merch out there. I know I could do it now, but I've just been putting it off. So hopefully we can do that. I liked the first episode a lot. Episode 2, I liked a little bit better. It's still not like my favorite Star Wars, but it is really strong, and I'm loving it. For me, I wouldn't put it up there with the Mandalorian season 1 or 2. For me, I like it just below them, but that's a very high bar. That's a very, very high bar. I think they're doing.
It took me a while to get into The Mandalorian. I loved season 2 and the hype for season 2, all of it. But season 1 took me a while to get into. I think I fell asleep.
Dominic, I'm unsubbing, so now you need 12. Dominic, Dominic and I have this thing over sports ball, so Ohio State and Michigan, they're big adversaries, and Michigan beat Ohio State this year. So I've got to take that. This second episode, I want to talk about it a little bit with you because
yes.
Our friends over at Echo Base Network did not like it at all, right? I think they're warming up to it. Maybe I saw in the chat, but
okay.
Any idea why you think people did not like it?
I think this is a conversation we were having with Mark in Discord. Yeah. I think people completely missed the point of what it's trying to tell us, whether it's to do with colonialism. There's a lot of political subtext, which is great. That's what Star Wars is made of. Yeah. But also just the character development of Boba Fett. It was a deep episode, and the Tree of Life scene is very reminiscent of, I said in my full breakdown that is Favreau's signature, very similar to The Lion King in a sense, with like the Mufasa and Simba, like he lives through you. That Tree of Life moment when Boba had the lizard controlling his brain. Right. It's like part of his awakening, part of his rebirth after the Sarlacc. And I think a lot of that goes over people's heads. Well, I love Echo Base Network. It's not. I'm not in any way criticizing them for not liking it. Right. But
right.
A lot of people miss that.
I think they're great guys. I disagree with them on a lot of things, but I am huge fans of Coach and what they're doing over there. The community they're building. I think they're wonderful, wonderful people, and I love their passion for Star Wars. So I'm happy to be at least in the same conversation with them. And then when I went on and had a visit with them, and I know we've got some folks here who are members of their that Echo Base Network community, and we're very, very thankful. And so, yeah, I'm not throwing stones at all. I'm just trying to understand a little bit better. And for me, I realize that not everything is for everybody, right? There's certain things that people enjoy more. Some people enjoy thriller type content. Some people enjoy horror. I don't understand it. I hate horror. But
Well, here's the thing with the the Book of Boba Fett is
yeah.
we're 2 episodes in and people need to really give it a chance. I don't know if you remember, but last year when we were talking about The Mandalorian season 2, everyone loved episode chapter 9 with Cobb Vanth, and then chapter 10 happened with Frog Lady, and everyone was like, you know, the same people criticizing the Book of Boba Fett. They were like, "Oh, this is terrible. This is why Disney Star Wars is whatever it is." And then chapter 11, a week later, we get Bo-Katan. Then we have The Siege, which in my opinion is the best episode of The Mandalorian. Then we had Ahsoka's episode. Then we had The Tragedy. And then we had the Migs Mayfeld one and finished off with Luke Skywalker. So give it a chance. In retrospect, I think the Book of Boba Fett has the potential to be up there with The Mandalorian Season 2, which in my opinion has revolutionized Star Wars. You know, I personally wasn't a fan of Season 1 of Mando as much as you are, for example. But Season 2 for me was like one of the best experiences being a Star Wars fan. And I think the Book of Boba Fett has already shown us the potential to top that.
You really touched on something in your video today, and I want to play off of what you just said as well. But I want to bring this up. Jason brought up this Tales of Power, this fake anthropological work. This is a really good work. I saw them going through it, and I think it's worth spending a little bit of time with. Even though it's fake, it is really well done, and it kind of gives you some nice insight into the creative force behind Star Wars. It's really worth it, so I want to bring that up. And Two Beast, hey, oh, good morning. Meg's right. Of course, Meg's right. That's the way it is. Santa is wrong. Meg is right. If you start from that, you're on a good you're on a good track.
It's all subjective. Santa is just as right as myself or anyone when it comes to opinions, because we've all got one.
Yeah, you're right. We all have one.
People will side with what I say on some things. People will side with what you say. Some people have their own opinions on it. So,
Nikki, you're wrong. We do care what you say, and you are fantastic. And the only reason I don't highlight a lot of what Nikki says is because I don't need two forces of nature, Meg and Nikki, combining their power at the same time. It's, you don't cross the streams in Ghostbuster. When you get Nikki and Meg together, it's dangerous for Santa. I'm just saying.
Well, Santa, and I'm about to stir the boat. That Nikki's favorite character is Snoke, and her favorite film is The Last Jedi. And we just got to take a Snoke quote from that film. Darkness rises and light rises and darkness falls to meet it, or something like that.
Yeah. It's
a dyad. It's the yin and yang. Nikki loves that film.
I know, it's her favorite. The Last Jedi is Star Wars for Nikki. She
won't even touch the originals, which is sad.
Oh, that's great. That is absolutely great. Thank you again, Two Beasts, for another super chat there. The opinion. You're right. The beauty of Star Wars, we need everyone's opinions, and I agree. And that's sort of what I was going like. Maybe not all Star Wars is for everybody. There's going to be some people like more than others, and I think that it's okay that some people aren't like Book of Boba Fett's the best Star Wars ever. That's natural. As we were just teasing Nikki about The Last Jedi being her favorite. Look, there are people that The Last Jedi is their favorite Star Wars. There are people that The Last Jedi is absolutely they don't even count it as Star Wars. So,
Santa, what's your favorite Star Wars film?
Well, I've got to go back to the original trilogy just because I'm that old. And for me, it's going to be Nikki, slander and defamation. Nikki, you're supposed to use a Star Wars quote there. You got close. We'll give you another chance.
Isn't it lies, deception?
Lies, deception. Yes. Yeah. No, my favorite's got to be Empire Strikes Back. And then I go to New Hope because of what that meant to me as a kid, and then Return of the Jedi. And then for me, after that, it's sequels. and
But which one?
I take them in order that they came. So 7, 8, 9. I like 7 a little better than 8. 8 a little bit better than 9. And then I like the other movies, Solo and Rogue One. And then I like the Disney Plus series and the animated works, all of them. And then,
Wow. So you consume Disney Star Wars.
And then
vacuum, like, give me more, give me more, give me more.
Yes, all of it. Give me
Please,
all of it.
Mistress Kathleen Kennedy.
I'm
Fill
like
my heart with joy.
I'm like Kylo Ren
Sorry.
in The Last Jedi. You're just screaming, more! I mean, that's me with Disney Star Wars. Give me more, right? Shills, shill alert. I know. Look, I'm well aware. For me, the prequels come after anything else.
Oh no,
They go,
absolutely not.
I'll take Resistance animated series over the prequels.
Oh my word. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I don't think Santa is well.
Well, that's true too.
For me, it's Empire, and then all the prequels, and then the rest.
Yeah. Oh, Dominic, that's not true. This is just not true. You are not the biggest Disney shill on YouTube. I take exception at that. I am the biggest Disney shill on this channel right now. Santa's
Yeah,
been
I think
drinking.
Santa is a really well-balanced shill. He does the films, he does the series, he does the toys. No one does the toys, even channels who love Disney Star Wars. You'll never see myself, who enjoys a lot of Disney Star Wars, talk about the toys. You won't hear Star Wars explained with the toys. Just Santa, he goes that level up. Like, no, I need to push the toys. All the rays.
All of it.
All the rays.
I do have all the rays, by the way. That's not even a joke. I have them. I got to reach all the way over here. Hold on 1 second. I got to reach over here. Not only do I have all the rays, right? I do. I've got I've got a vintage collection, Ray, from everybody's favorite movie, right? The Last Jedi. Not only do I have that,
The Last Jedi.
but brace
If I
yourself.
see a Force Awakens ones or any of the JJ,
I've got Luke Skywalker
it's Jake
from.
Skywalker.
No, that's Luke.
Does not compute. As Melvin would say, Disney shill.
It's coming. One day they're going to nail me. I already know it. But anyhow, that's.
He means Ray is going to nail him. I'm joking.
Oh, Dominic, Santa forgot to take his medicine this morning. Well, I'm actually coming off of a low. Like, when you go through, you have too much caffeine or you have too much sugar, and then you have a low that crash after that. I'm on the reverse of that. so I'm a little loopy.
So you were soft and now you're going up.
Oh no. What have
Ray
I
must
said?
have helped.
Let's see. Episode 2.
Oh yes, Book of Boba Fett. That's what the title says.
Let's get back. Abby, Bibi Agony. Hey, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Gotta have love for the prequel, Santa. I have an appreciation for this prequels, but I don't have a love for them. Though I agree with you.
How can you say you appreciate them when you literally put them after the Resistance, which I hadn't even heard of until like a week ago?
What?
That's not true. It keeps getting pushed onto me on Disney Plus. I was trying to watch Home Alone around Christmas. They're like, "Do you want to watch the Resistance?" I'd rather stick, a fork in my eyeball. But maybe after that.
Maybe after that.
Aliens I haven't even heard of. They made Luminar and Julie species purple.
Oh my goodness. It's warm in here again. I'm going to have to take my hoodie off.
And Mary Allen, that's what they're called. And the High Republic uses that same trope. They're like, let's take George Lucas's species and dye them a different color.
Episode 2 of
It's treason then.
I'm going to keep trying. Oh, Meg, I love you so much. I've missed this. I've really
too.
missed this.
And now that I'm the marshal,
I know.
you're in for a right branding.
Oh, no.
That sounded much better in my head.
As
Do most
long-
things.
As long as it doesn't happen over in a pub in the UK, then I'll be all right. I'll be and for those of you that have seen the pictures of Martin and of Darth Elvis, you know what I'm talking about. You know, I don't need to be put in that position for branding. That just doesn't need to happen.
So he's opposed to the branding, but not being put in that position. This is an inclusive community. I'm not kink shaming you, Santa.
I see that. I see that. Oh,
So the book
my
of Boba
goodness.
Fett chapter 2.
Yeah.
I think
well,
Santa's
we've got
going
a
to go off
couple.
the rails and keep trying to bring it back to the book of Boba.
You know, I'm desperately trying. Kieran, thank you for the super chat. I don't see it in the list here, but I do see X-Wings. So I'll click on X-Wings here. But I read Into the Dark and totally dug it. Dark Side points for the win. There you go. Very good.
He's taking the piss.
You know, we're slowly turning X-Wing into a shill.
I don't mean that like there's anything wrong with the book, but X-Wing is like one of those people who hates everything Disney, Star Wars.
I know. It won't be long before X-Wing will be getting his own Rey yellow lightsaber and appreciating it for the beauty that it is.
Yes.
We're converting him slowly but surely. He and Nikki both they're turning. We can see it. We can see it. Episode 2.
They're not the YouTubers they should be. Something's happening.
Episode 2, very much a Western, so fitting with your hat. I love it. Episode 2, the Western expansion here in the United States, we had people pushing west and into Native American lands. And it was very reminiscent of what we saw in episode 2 of the Book of Boba Fett, where the Tuscans were the natives, and in many old westerns, you would see the same sort of communication between the settlers or the people who were more friendly to the Native Americans, and
Yes.
and using the same sort of sign language and trying to learn their language and communicate with them. You saw the same thing in those kind of movies and TV shows, and this was right up there with that. Like, if you were taken out of Star Wars and just put cowboy hats like Meg has right over there. Right?
There's the elephant. There's the elephant.
Oh, you hear it. Yeah.
No wonder Santa's sweating and panting. He's scared that thing's going to come for him.
Well, how many, there's the famous line, how many Bothans had died to bring you the battalion? But a better question is, how many of, the big hairy beasts, I just had it, and then it left me. It starts with
I'm
a
trying
B.
so hard to not make a joke out of it. You mean Banthas?
Banthas. How many Banthas died to make Book of Boba Fett? That's what I want to know. And I have yet to see at the end, no actual Banthas were injured during the filming of this, you know?
Yeah.
Banthas are in a lot of trouble, right?
They are. We
Every
saw one of them get
episode-
shot.
They get knocked out every single time. I'm like, hey, can somebody give the Banthas a break? Quit shooting the Banthas.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we do weekly predictions, and that's why you see the Wall of Fame in the scroll here. These are folks that did as well or better than I did in the predictions for week 2. You'll see that Star Wars Meg is not listed. Funny
And
how that
makes
works.
Santa very happy.
It does. It makes me more happy than I should be. What would make me happier if I didn't see Zuvium? Right? I can't. Seeing Zuvium's name there causes me great distress.
Hang on. I don't think you're on the list either, Santa.
Well, that's because I don't list myself.
Oh,
But
sure.
but it's not 3 pages of Wall of Fame this week, right?
You know what's funny is when Santa does, when he reads out what people got as a score when he does the watch parties, he takes such pleasure when people get things wrong. But because he's very polite and well spoken on here, he doesn't want to say his true thoughts. But in reality, he's thinking, "Ha, stupid prick, got it wrong." Cross off the name, like, "Hi, fucking dumbass, wrong." That's what he would be saying.
Well, when you watch the live streams, you kind of do get that impression. Like every time somebody gets it wrong, I do get a little bit of celebratory joy. Like, no point for you.
Right? One of the things that made Santa the happiest I've ever seen him is when I made a prediction that Bo-Katan was going to be in the Bad Batch, and then she wasn't, and it just made Santa's day. He was so happy.
I was, and I was trolling you every week because in the predictions I kept putting it in just to troll Meg. so everybody every week could say no. So that was a lot of fun. I did have a lot of fun with that, and so one of the questions I asked this week, well, actually I put it in as my freebie question, where at the end you got to put in whatever prediction you want. So I'm going to give this to you all. My prediction is that a bantha will get killed.
Wrong.
A bantha will die. So that's what I put in the in my fill in the blank. So that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be. Yes, I thrive on despair and pain. It fuels the sleigh, right? A lot of people think that it's belief, right? It's the kids' belief in Santa that fuels the sleigh. They're wrong. It's actually despair and pain, right? Every time somebody gets a prediction wrong, that helps push the sleigh forward. Yeah.
Well, then it's more of a Krampus than a Santa.
Yes, I did. I did go on Jason's live stream, and I gave him some grief as well. Like, but credits to you and to Jason in this last.
This is how Santa does it. Just a little bit of positivity after tearing us to shreds for 10 minutes.
Right. I had so much fun.
You see, Santa, the difference is I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong.
What, are you implying that I don't admit when I am wrong? Is that what you're trying to say?
I said what I said.
I said what I said. Oh my goodness! Don't you and Jason both with some scoops, if you will, where you were talking about, hey, we were going to see huts,
and it happened.
It
so all the
did.
People who were like, you're full of shit. Well, what do you know?
There you go.
Even your bantha agrees with you.
Yeah, you're wondering what a bantha sounds like. Now you know. Now, there it goes. So congratulations on the hut showing up. You indeed did say that they were going to, that they were going to be in there, and they were. We have 2 of them now. They're the twins. You think that the female is which one?
Kraka.
Kraka.
Because I'm not going to pronounce it the way it looks.
Right.
Because that could violate TOS.
Oh, yeah, like you
just
don't
terms of
say...
service, not the Rise of Skywalker, and how much you love that film.
like you wouldn't say anything that would get me in trouble. No.
True, yeah, I never.
That's never happened.
No. Jedi Mike says I said, show us the twin. This is why I shouldn't look at the chat, because someone says something and I'm in hysterics for like the rest of the stream.
That's true. He's not wrong though.
Sheev asks, which one of us speaks better Huttese?
I would give it that. I would give that to Meg.
Well, I lost a bit of weight, but At one point, I was practically a hut. I'd walk into Starbucks and go, "Kuchapataba cappuccino solo," and then I'd just be carried out on my litter.
Only Nicky gets to see the twins. That's
Oh, my Mount Tantuses.
exactly.
Mount Titties.
Oh my goodness, that is by far the funniest moment that we've ever had, because it was an
I'm sure
accident.
Ronnie has already clipped this. He's got everything saved.
He does.
We'll be on Discord and, I'll say, "I never said that." And he'll show me exactly when I send it. And I was like, okay.
Okay. Exactly. So and Jason Ward had said he saw Black the
he did. He got
Black
that spot
Chrysanthemum,
on.
right? And so they showed up. But what was great with Jason is he had that scoop, but he still got it wrong on the predictions. So that made me happy.
That's quite funny.
It was good. Give Jason credit for the scoop, and no point for you, Jason, because the scoop was right, but your prediction was wrong. So there you go. Ronnie wasn't listening. Did you say something about? No, you'll have to catch it later. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Make him work for that clip.
That's exactly it. So episode 3 is coming up. I put the prediction in the description here. I shared it on Discord. Where do you think we're headed this week with the show?
I've learned that I'm always wrong with predictions, so I'm not going to predict anything. But what I will say is at some point, we'll probably have a coming together of loads of crime syndicates. I want to see Crimson Dawn, I want to see Black Sun, and I think they're quite logical. It was Matt Rissman, in the chat and in our Discord, who brought something up when I made that Qi'ra theory. He said that in one of the trailers, that big ship that comes across, it's actually a YT 1300, like the Millennium Falcon, just modified, and that ship is a Corellian ship. So that could be Qi'ra coming to town. And obviously Prince Shizor has now been brought into canon.
Yes, brought back into canon in the comics. So that's absolutely could be the case, and I think it's going that direction as well. And with the twins telling Boba, sleep lightly, I think that we are going to see them stirring up more trouble for him, and that's why I think we're going to see the Vespa speeder bike chase this week. I think those are going to. I think those are both going to be. I think they're going to be hitmen, so to speak, for the twins.
And that's with what's her name's character?
Right.
I forget her name now.
Yeah,
the one people think is Arden Lynn.
Well, not only that, but this morning I saw some prediction that could be Dr. Aphra. Do you think that could be Dr. Aphra?
Way more likely to be Dr. Aphra than Arden Lynn.
So,
I think that was a really bad prediction. I don't know who said it, but a lot of people are talking about Arden Lynn, and it's like, no, they're not going to deep dive that far into Legends. But if this ages badly, then I'll eat some humble pie.
Right. Well, I think that we are going to eventually get Dr. Aphra in a series, whether it's live action or animated. I'm absolutely convinced we will get Dr. Aphra. And seeing Black Chrysanthemum is further evidence that perhaps that could happen, right? But I don't think that this, Drash and Scad, is that the two? Karen Gillan. No, Martin J. No, Scad and Drash. I don't think that this is Dr. Aphra. I think it's somebody else, right?
It'll probably be a new character.
Sophie Thatcher, that's it. Yeah, I don't think that she is Dr. Aphra. Dr. Aphra has more... Meg would be a better casting as Dr. Aphra than Sophie Thatcher. Let's put it that way. How about that?
I'll take it.
maybe we broke something here. Meg has been officially cast as Dr. Aphra in live action. Write it down. No.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I don't think that it is. And the other thing that I put is that the character we see in the trailer, Sophie's character, has her left arm as a prosthetic, and
Yeah.
Dr.
Which is why
Aphra
people
does not.
think it's Arden Lynn.
Yeah,
But it could just be inspired by her. I can't
It
imagine
could.
them doing the Dark Jedi subplot. There's not enough time to cover crime syndicates and can we have one series without, Jedi?
I'm all for it. Although I still think there's a possibility we could get the Tuscan Jedi.
Asherah Pets.
Yeah, Asherad. I think that we absolutely could end up with Asherad. I don't know that that's going to happen, but it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I think the only Force user I want to see is Mace Windu.
Yes, and I think I'm with you. I've been in your camp for some time. I'm on your bandwagon that he is not dead and that he is very likely to be in this season of the Book of Boba Fett.
And I consider Mace Windu different from all the other little pussy Jedi. Mace is just a new level. He's just better than the rest. Apart from Ayla Secura. But she died a pretty horrible death on Felucia.
So let's go to Qi'ra. You mentioned just a moment ago, and you brought it up in your video today, that Crimson Dawn absolutely... I feel like that's where this is pointing to Crimson Dawn. Are we going to see Emilia Clarke this season of Book of Boba Fett or no? What do you think?
50-50.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they put the Crimson Dawn music in the Book of Boba Fett end credits unless that was deliberate. So I'm leaning towards yes, but expect the unexpected. As I say, giving predictions doesn't usually work out. So...
Well, and Nikki brought up Quinlan Voss. I keep seeing Quinlan Voss brought up over and over again, and for anybody that's not familiar with Quinlan Voss, it comes from what is now Legends material. We see his character quite a bit in Heir to the Empire, and he is one of Han's and Lando's contemporaries. So he's another guy out there, and I have not yet seen, people keep saying that a particular character is the Disney Plus replacement for Quinlan Voss, or this person is the new Quinlan Voss. I don't think so. I've not seen...
Can I be honest? I don't see the appeal. Yes, he was cool and a great character, and obviously he's the same species as Boba's Legends wife.
Yeah.
But why? At least with Mace Windu, there's a reason to bring him back. I know Quinlan Voss isn't dead, but do they need to explore every single Jedi that's out there?
Yeah, I don't know.
And the only reason I say that is when I suggest Yaddle, everyone's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, Talon Card. Jason's right. I was thinking of Talon Card. Yeah, Quinlan Voss, the Jedi.
He's also in the Phantom Menace when Sebulba chokes Jar Jar and says, "Nai, Juban Nai," which means, "Is this yours?" I know the film too well. And you can see Quinlan Voss in the background.
Oh, can you? I'd have to go back and look at that. I did not know that. That's great. I like Quinlan Voss, and I like where his story went with Obi-Wan's nemesis, what's her name? And Ahsoka battled her several times, and Obi-Wan
Asajj
and
Ventress?
Asajj and Quinlan in the novels they get together, right?
Ventress is dead, though, isn't she?
Well,
She
she
dies in Dark
is.
Disciple.
She does, which is tragic.
And she has a yellow lightsaber, so it's less tragic.
You would say that. You would say that. But so you think we'll see? You think 50-50 on seeing?
Just to play it safe. My heart says she will appear.
I
My
think
brain
we will.
just doesn't speak to me that much.
I'm having a trouble with, and I've mentioned this before. I think that her schedule didn't allow her to film, but I could absolutely be wrong. I could see them dropping Crimson Dawn towards the end of the season, and I think you covered today that Falloni is directing episode 6.
He is.
So the next
and he's writing it with Jon Favreau. They've never co-wrote an episode before.
Yeah, which is exciting, super
Very
exciting. And I do want to come back to them because you brought them up as being like they saved Star Wars for Disney Plus. I completely agree.
Even if as yourself, Santa, you're a big fan of the sequels, you've got to admit that the resurgence of Star Wars with The Mandalorian would never have, the resurgence we're seeing in Star Wars would never have happened if it weren't for The Mandalorian. Because that kicked off Book of Boba, Ahsoka. We're talking about the prequels again. We're talking about, we're talking about the post-Return of the Jedi era. And we're also talking about the prequels because Deborah Chow directed a couple of episodes of Mando. And, Ming-Na Wen said with Variety that Deborah Chow would not have helmed the Kenobi series had it not been for her proving her abilities in Mando. And she's phenomenal. And I think she's going to do a great job with it.
Nikki, you're right there. She did not identify as Sith toward the end, just like Maul. And more than that, without Mandalorian, Disney Plus doesn't have the subscribers they have. They don't have the volume. They don't have in the stagecraft. Jon Favreau had such a huge influence on that in being built and being implemented the way that it was so effectively. The technology involved is now something that Lucasfilm actually uses as a product to sell to other distributors. So they rent out that space and to other folks to use to create content. We know that Marvel Studios use some of that technology. We know that that is become a revenue source for Lucasfilm, and that the revenue to Disney from Disney Plus subscribers was greatly influenced by The Mandalorian. So not only did it do a lot for Star Wars, it did a lot for Lucasfilm and for Disney. Outside of just the lore that has been built on in The Mandalorian, the great storytelling, the great characters, the absolute phenomenon that is Grogu, right? Mm-hmm. All of that. Fantastic. Yeah, and Jedi Mike, you're not necessarily wrong. Stagecraft, that is a huge moneymaker, right? So
absolutely.
Mandalorian, I think Dave and John, more than as I think you kind of posit and other folks that they save Star Wars, I think that they better be getting nice Christmas bonuses. I'm just right.
That's down to you, Santa. Do you give them good presents or do you shit in their chimneys?
They get all the presents. Yeah, and in fact, the reason I can't have Black Series or Vintage Collection blurgs is because Dave and John have all of them. No.
That makes sense. I think the elves designed the Trapper Wolf figure. Made him look complimentary in the gut region.
I think X-Wing's asking you this question, Meg. Who's truly more evil, Santa or Kathleen?
Santa's not evil. He doesn't waste a ton of money to make 3 films no one cares about.
Oh, ouch, ouch. That hurts. That hurts.
Well,
Meg.
Santa, I'm sorry. You gave me the boots, and then you asked me to give you a nut shot, so... Was it called bull butt? Never mind.
Much like we saw Boba Fett with his gaffy stick against when he visited Tashi Station. Right?
Yes, he completely twatted those Nikto assholes.
Man on the Moon. I'm just waiting for one stream where Santa doesn't mention the blurks.
He didn't mention them until you just said that, Mammoth Moon. Is it
no,
Mammoth Moon?
Man on
the Moon.
On the moon. Yeah, man on the moon.
I think he's the one who called me woke. He said I'm woke, and I said I am
That's
the
true.
woke.
That's true.
The woke. It's different.
The
It's like the
woke.
Senate.
Right. So, look, I thought that episode was great. I enjoyed seeing in. We should also bring up the pikes, right? Could you catch that?
Did you feed that elephant?
Self-blurred filling prophecy. So the pikes. I thought they did a great job with the pikes.
They did. Absolutely. It's the first time we've seen them helmetless in live action.
Meg can't. It's not about can. She just does.
I earned this curse card, Nikki.
It's something I can't control.
In the mean streets of Mos Pelgo, it's a respected currency. That is why I am the marshal now. You see all these blurgs behind me? Sorry, not Tatooine. They're not on Tatooine. What are they called? The furry thing. Oh yeah. You see these banthas behind me? Neither do I. I got them in line. Sorry, what was it? Something about Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know. I lost track.
Oh yes, the pikes.
The pikes. Again, a nice callback to some of the artwork from previous. And I think Jason did a really good job on his show this week of showing some of the artwork that made its way into this episode from the past, right? It wasn't like built for this episode. The episode used the artwork from the past to kind of give honor to the things that came before, right?
Exactly. They kind of reminded me like the Neimoidians when they spoke.
Oh, I thought the same thing. I'm glad you brought that up because the mouth movement looks exactly like the Neimoidians, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jason's got to make a lunch. She left her lunch. She got to make a lunch delivery. So he's now doing Dine and Dash, or what they call it.
Do you guys have Deliveroo?
No.
Oh, okay. It's like Uber Eats.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The Macquarie art, right? That's it's very it directly taken from. Like you can look at the Macquarie art and then look at the episode and see, like it's a 1-for-1. It's absolutely good. Yeah, Jason, are you delivering DoorDash? Can you show up? Bring me some McDonald's. I'm in Ohio, so it's a bit of a trip from L.A.
Are you a fan of McDonald's, Santa?
I just said that just because I don't know. It's what jumped in my head. Anything else on the Book of Boba Fett before we move on to another topic?
I think we've spoken about pretty much, well, not much, but most things that we needed to speak about.
Jedi Fallen Order 2. I saw that in your video today, and I saw some other folks covering it. We have, it looks like maybe, do you think they could announce it, give us a preview and all that for Star Wars Day?
I think absolutely. We'll probably get like what we got for Eclipse, a first trailer. So for the first game, if you remember, we got quite a few trailers before the big one. So
Yeah.
we could get like trailer number 1 or sneak preview, or I don't think it'll be any gameplay footage, but maybe like a story trailer. You know, like when he was on the in the scrapyard in the first one for the first game.
I, I'm excited that they're going to get it released. Which comes first? Which comes first? Jedi Fallen Order 2 or Lego Star Wars?
Jedi Fallen Order 2. Just because Lego Star Wars will be in production by time Andor Season 3 comes out. At this rate. It's like, we promise, guys, it's coming out next year, and then next year comes. We promise it's next year. And they said spring 2022, and lo and behold, whip-de-doo, we're 3 months away from spring.
And I've not heard a peep.
No.
I've not heard a peep.
I do like that you can play as Yaddle in the Lego Star Wars game, the new one.
Excellent. let me get to this other point. Now, I wanted to bring this up because I started reading The Fallen Star this week, and it is, there's been a lot of discussion about Light of the High Republic era in the books, and this is why did I put Light of the Jedi? The Fallen Star. It's the High Republic novel, the latest High Republic novel. It's moving along nicely, but I would not say that it's my favorite of the High Republic.
Okay.
And I saw some criticism, and I don't think it's a spoiler because it's right on the cover. Like, if you look at it, you can see that the Starlight Beacon, the thing that was on Light of the Jedi, that was kind of what kicked off the High Republic series, this Starlight Beacon post being built. And that kind of stirred up the Nile and all the chaos that came afterwards. And in this, you can see in the Fallen Star that that is crashing to the ground. It's been destroyed. Well, I haven't got to that part of the book yet, but you know it's coming. And so as you see the setup for it, it feels much to me like when Darth Vader is being attacked and people think are going to try to kill him, you're like, yeah, that ain't going to happen, because you know that they can't succeed. They're going to die. And so I feel the same way here. Like, okay, I know that thing's coming to the ground, and as I'm seeing it set up, it feels like the build up to it is less impactful because I already know what's going to happen. So it's I think it's a flaw in their marketing and kind of giving away what's going to happen before you even read the book. So.
And you weren't too much of a fan of Out of the Shadows.
Right. Now, well, wait, which was the one that Kevin Scott wrote?
Isn't that Light of the Jedi?
No. High Republic, Kevin Scott. I always get the names mixed up.
Oh, I'm thinking of Charles Soule.
Right. Light of the Jedi was fine. I think it was Out of the Shadows that was the one I really, really liked. No.
Into the Dark, that's what it's called.
Into the Dark. There we go.
I never read these, though.
Well, I really liked Into the Dark. Like, that was a fantastic book. Kevin Scott's High Republic novel is by far, like, the best of the High Republic novels I've read.
Right, I'm thinking of Out of the Shadows. That's the one you didn't like.
Right, Out of the Shadows. Now, and what's fascinating with this is I'm seeing the same setup that the Nile used at the beginning of that book as the same tactic they're using to bring down the that Starlight Beacon. I'm like, oh, same trick. They didn't learn from the last time that Nihil used that trick and not giving it away. But if you haven't read Out of the Shadows, then you don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't want to give that away. But I can see the exact same tactic being used, and it's like, well, I don't know that it feels like this book is paying off very well. I just put that away. And look, no slight against Claudia Gray. This is Claudia's latest novel. And I think that the High Republic, it looks like they're bringing on more authors. It's going into the second phase. This is wave 3 of phase 1. And I know that they're bringing on more authors. They're going to have a lot more content around High Republic. There's rumors of an animated series coming, and perhaps even a movie around the High Republic. That's all fine. It's just that this novel, I'm about a quarter of the way through it, and it's been disappointing to me so far. So
interesting. That's
it for me. So that's, I guess I'll leave that there. I just wanted to be honest. Like, for all the guff I take about being a shill, and it's earned. It's earned. Don't get me wrong. It's earned. At the same time, when something I don't care for, I'm happy to say that as well. So it's not all shill. It's
it comes from a place of passion for Star Wars.
It is. It is. Yeah, shill on. I know. I'm going to have to call Kathy afterwards and say, I'm sorry. Can I still get my check? That's all the topics I wanted to get through. We made it.
Looks like we made it.
Yes. Sorry about that.
All killer, no shiller. Says Jimmy.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Quentin. Thank you so much. Good to see. Just became a member. Thank you so much for that. And by the way, Meg brought this up earlier about pushing the toys. They they did release 2 Black Series figures this week that I think are going to be very popular. They did Boba Fett and Fennec Shand, and they're being released in March and April of this coming year. I have ordered both of those as giveaways for channel members. So if you are at the mid-tier, $5 or above, you are eligible to win those Black Series figures. So look for those this spring. And we will be having our January giveaways next week. So if you'd like to get included on the giveaways for this month, you've got a few more days. We'll be doing vintage collection and Black Series figure giveaways next week. So please consider supporting the channel, and we'll be happy to include you in those giveaways. And Meg, you won a giveaway just last month.
I did.
How about that?
I'm feeling lucky.
Have you seen the Din Bridger theory?
Yeah,
I have not.
That was floating around a lot in the build up to the Mandalorian season 2. This idea that Ezra and Din are brothers.
Oh, really?
It is possible, because we don't know anything about Din's parents other than they had those robes of not the shamans of the Wills, but the monks of the Wills, or something like that. So they could have been force sensitive in some capacity, or spiritual force cultists.
Okay, you're getting Meg rigged the giveaways. It's because Meg is such a dear friend. Anthony wants me to read his comment from before. What did he say? With the High Republic books for the comics, a setup for Force Awakens, The Last Jedi. No, these are actually before the prequels. Now, there are tie-ins. Let's not get that wrong. There are tie-ins to the sequel era through it. And in the latest one, there are what are those beasts that Han Solo had on his in his carrier there that Rey let loose and they caused havoc. Oh shoot, you know what I'm talking about?
Do you mean in The Force Awakens?
Yeah,
The Kanji Club scene?
yeah,
Tell that to Kanji Club.
right.
Yeah.
Very well. Right. Those critters are in the latest book, the High Republic book.
Okay.
Rancors, Raftars, right? Raftars, which reminds me of the old cartoon series Raftar. But anyway, the
Was that in
Raftar.
black and white before they had colored television?
No, I'm thinking of what was it? The Rugrats.
Oh, yes.
What was
I know
that
that
like
one.
dinosaur thing they rode around?
Oh, I don't remember.
That's what I was. Like Raftar sounds like the thing that those Rugrats rode around on. But anyway, not the same. But the Raftars are in the latest High Republic novel, as well as we've seen references to Maz Kanata and things like that. Reptar, that's it. X-wing got it. A Reptar and a Raftar. Not the same. So we have a Mike Porter dad joke to go through.
Oh.
Yeah. So let me see. Yeah, you should know. You were a Rugrat, right? Right. We have a Mike Porter dad joke. Let me get to the dad joke here. This is a good one. I love it. It goes with your latest content, Meg. What is it when you can see 3 post offices at the same time? 3 post offices at the same time. What is that called? C3PO.
C3PO. Oh, like a PO box.
Yes.
That's funny.
That is funny. And it goes right with your latest droid series. You should have had that is in videos.
I should.
The Gold Man. Hey, good to see you, Gold Man. Jealous.
Is he going off about how much he hates Boba again? He kept tweeting at me last week or 2 weeks ago, being like, "Can't believe you like it. What's wrong with you?" It's like, chill. You like The Rise of Skywalker. That's enough said. I'm joking. I like
know
the
you.
Gold Man. I watch all of his videos, even the non-Star Warsy ones.
I like the
I'm
Gold
a
Man
loyal
too.
member of his what do you call it? The Claude group. The Claude thingy.
Claude, yeah, Claude Squad.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I'm a fan of the Gold Man as well. I like his content, and so
He's
it's
good. He's very
great
good.
to see you here. And also X-Wing, Mike Porter, all of you guys, you're absolutely fantastic. Good to see you all here. The Not So Cowardly Lioness. I don't think that's the first time I've seen you. Thank you
She's
for
in our
coming.
Discord, Tiffany.
Tiffany. Oh, that's Tiffany. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see her face there. That's yeah, very good. I watched Tiffany's last video as well. She shared in the shill self-shill channel on your Discord. So very good. I did have the Mio spiced water Jedi mic. It's right here. There it is.
And it's not in a mega mug.
It is not. I've got my mega mug right here, but I needed more Mio than would fit in my tiny mega mug. I don't know, like
Santa's
it's
not got the capacity or the size or the girth, but he does need more fluid so he can stream a stronger, more consistent stream.
Oh, what have we done? What?
And you thought the bantha was bad in the background.
Right. So, you guys, Meg, thank you again. We've got the work being done here. Appreciate you all being here, and I can't wait to talk about episode 3 with you just next week. Good luck on your predictions, by the way. I would not mind seeing your name replaced for Zuvium's name, though. Martin Keeler being in the Wall of Fame hurts me in my soul. So, you know, I would.
There are a couple of those Zuvio characters in the Book of Boba.
Goldman,
Oh,
thank you so much. We are so close to 2,000. We are so close. So thank you, Goldman. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. So
Let's get Santa there. I'll make him so happy. Let's get him to climax. No, to the climax of 2,000 subscribers. Maybe I am on Spice. I don't know.
Meg, your laugh is infectious. I love it. I absolutely love you. Thank you so much. And
I zone out when I talk, so whatever comes out, and then
well, that's
I'll cut
true.
back into it. I'm like, oh, what am I saying?
We've seen that. You did say you did have the Mount Tantus thing. You were like, wait, why did I say that? I don't know why you said it, but you did.
Oh, you mean Mount Titties?
That was on purpose. When you first said it, it was not. It was so
No,
hilarious.
it wasn't. I don't remember what I was thinking about.
It's like, and so if you want to hear that, we do have it clipped, and you can find it in our Discord.
Just ask Ronnie.
There you go. There you go. And that's why people are here because they never know what Meg's going to say. You just never know. So.
And I've been doing this quiz series on my Patreon. I don't know if you've seen it yet, Santa.
I have not.
I do quizzes. And it's basically me doing quizzes on the StarWars.com website. And you don't know what you're going to get because I'm a bit too honest.
Oh, okay. All right. I've got to go check your Discord or your Patreon. I spend too much time. Oh, okay. I will check it out. You guys, thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I do need to I do need to get out of here. So thank you. And until next time, my friends, may the force be with you all. And Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.